Hello, my name is Michael Fitzsimmons. I'm a student here at Eastern University Academy Charter School. My experience as a young African American male hasn't necessarily been a struggle per se, but it hasn't been very easy either. I was raised by my mother in a single parent household for 16 years along with my sister. Growing up around all girls is much different than having a male figure around because quite frankly, a woman cannot teach a boy how to be a man the way a man can. Ever since I was a baby, I was left in the company of many different people because my mother was young and wasn't quite ready to put her life on hold to raise her children. You see, I am the only boy out of 3 girls and none of us have the same father. My father was a man who always worked and had money, but unfortunately the way he made it was illegal. At one point, my father was in my life, but that was when I was still a baby and I have no memories of that time. But when I was facing issues that all young men have growing up, he wasn't there for me to lend a hand or spare any advice. My mother always despised him for that because she couldn't stand to see my feelings hurt constantly. Also, my mother had a strong vendetta towards him over what happened with them in the past. So to avoid all of that, my mother tried to do her best to keep communication between my father and I from happening. My mother went so far that she even moved me all the way to New Jersey to live with my grandmother. When I was 15, I came back home to live with my mother again in Philadelphia because every time I would speak on the phone with her, all she kept telling me was how much she missed me. Moving back with my mom was nice for a little while and we were getting along great until I started speaking with my father again. You see, I have an aunt named Michelle who I call Mims who gave me my dad's cell phone number and one day I decided to give him a call. We continued to speak for a while after that and of course at that time I was keeping that from my mom because even though it was my own decision, I knew she wouldn't really approve. Once I finally told her about my speaking with my dad again, it all went downhill from there. We started arguing all the time, which led for me to be kicked out a total of 6 times, causing me to live with my grandmother in New Jersey again for a while, and then I was sent to live with my aunt who lives all the way in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In my heart, I know if my father played his role in my life as I was coming along with my mother, there would have been a totally different outcome for me. I would probably be a well-balanced kid who didn't really get in much trouble. Instead, I turned to marijuana, sometimes have a disrespectful attitude, and I know I have the potential, but I'm too foolish to step up and be better. Even though my parents weren't the best, I'm not going to blame them for the mistakes I have made in 17 years. I can't complain about the mistakes my parents have made because through it all, God has blessed me to have clothes on my back, a roof over my head, money in my pocket, and genuine people around me who really have my best interests. Even though it doesn't show very much, I plan to be successful in life by stopping all of my childish and immature game playing and stepping up to prove to myself and all those who doubt me that I can be serious and excel at life.